How you like the new?
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA, DRYKAGE, and Konami has graced us with some brand new support, and I finally got the chance to cook up a new list with an insane new combo. Huge shout out to my friends Ben and YOTEM. They came up with the legendary combo that we're going to kick things off with. You guys are not going to believe this. Alpha Zeta is back, putting up boards you'd never believe with the new support cards. Before we dive into it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out the link of the website down below, as well as the live stream, and without further ado, let's dive into this Infinite Forbidden Drytron combo gas. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Ben gave us the sauce. We're gonna show you the brand new Alpha Zeta combo post the new support that comes out of the Infinite Forbidden for the Drytrons. Again, guys, this is something to be very excited about. Love them or hate them, you're gonna respect the power level of this combo after you see it. So we're gonna jump right in. And again, huge shout out to Ben and YOTEM. They are the ones who came up with this sauce. I'm just the messenger, but your guys gotta see it. Let's hop in. We're gonna go Alpha, pitch Zeta, start things off, add Ben 10. Wow, it's looking kind of familiar like the good old days, but it's gonna change up pretty swiftly. We go Zeta, pitching Ben 10, add Medionis, Ben 10, search Diviner, and then we overlay Alpha Zeta, summon out Moy Beta like so. Moy Beta effect is going to send our boy New, that's right, the fancy pants New. Check it out, this is the most legit proxy you're ever gonna see. This is basically the real card. We're gonna send it from deck to grave, and then we're gonna normal summon our Diviner out next. Diviner is gonna send off our Herald so we can search out the new Big Chungus Dad, that's right. So, of course, Dad isn't out yet, but I hope he gets a nice fancy pants looking collector's rare, just like this Quandradids when he comes out, so we can play that in the deck. Search him out, and then so we can play under Nibiru. Our fifth summon is going to be using Moy Beta and both of its materials underneath it. We're summoning Dad right now. So now we got a nice, good safety net to protect us from any potential problems in the future. Now we can use New's Graveyard Effect. Fun fact, when I first read this card as the release was coming out and the announcement was coming out of the OCG, I read the wrong translation and I did not know that it could summon from grave. So I thought this card was infinitely worse than it actually is. But we're gonna take advantage of the fact that it can summon back from grave and use its effect to search. Here, this is gonna give us our Drytron. Like I said, this is essential for the combo. So we're gonna add him to our hand. We're gonna reduce New to add back the Medionis because we want that free advantage, of course. Next, we're going to summon out the Drytron. He's going to search out the Fafnir, and then we can activate that Fafnir, and that's going to grab us a copy of Nova out of deck like so. Next, we can take our New and our Diviner, and we're going to sync them up into the Ancient Fairy Dragon like so, and this is where it gets diabolical. Oh, Ben, you are a genius. Ancient Fairy nukes off that Fafnir. We've seen a few people doing some Ancient Fairy shenanigans with this deck, or at least some level 7 Synchro shenanigans, but we blow up the Fafnir and search Secret Village of the freaking Spellcasters. No flipping joke. Then we can go Nova, summon out Gamma from deck, like so. We can take our Gamma and our Ancient Fairy Dragon, link them off into an IP Masquerena on the top. Then we can use Gamma's effect in grave, pitching off that Drytron on field. He is still treated as a Drytron, so we'll summon back Gamma and any name out of grave, which gives us 2 machine monsters, or a light, which you could obviously use for Lina, but I am summoning out the Akashic Magician like so for our Spellcaster on the end board. Why? Because I don't freaking have a Lina, but as soon as I do, it's the better choice. It gives you a search when it's destroyed. But Akashic is kind of cool too, because it's technically another form of removal. It can bounce back whatever it points to. Situationally, it could be decent. It also theoretically can reach for more cards. All right, I'm done making a case for a card that's objectively suboptimal, but then you throw up that Secret Village, baby, and you are good to go. Now, I want to flag that if you open up with either Fafnir, Nova, or some of the stretch pieces in the combo, you can actually use the effect of your Drytron or your Fafnir to search off your trap card instead, the brand new support card as well, which makes the end board even filthier. But guys, what do you think of this combo? We're not done yet. I'm going to show you guys a breakdown of a brand new build that you can play post new support, so as soon as it drops, you guys are ready to cook with me. All right. Let's dive into it. Guys, wasn't that combo absolutely insane? Well, now we are going to break down the list post the brand new Drytron support coming late 2024, baby. Doesn't matter. We're ready right here, right now. We got the real cards with some proxies, of course, because, right, they don't even exist in the OCG yet. They were just announced, but we stay ready. And again, I got to give a huge shout out to Ben and his friend YOTEM for coming up with the original combo that we're using in this strategy. And this is my build. This is my take on building it as consistent as possible. Without further ado, let's hop into the list. And also, shout out and thank you to Akira Toriyama. That's why we're rocking the classic playmat right now. Let's get into it. All right, start things off with the monsters. You already know how we do. We got triple copies of Alpha to kick things off, as well as triple Zeta. Since we're doing basically pure Drytron things, we're going to stick to the golden ratios as much as possible. They're going to shift because we got a new cast member to introduce, but we got 2 Gamma and 1 Delta. So we're playing really this is like, I feel like such a throwback. Way back in the day, I feel like we used a similar number. This reminds me of the builds where we play Prosperity, but spoiler alert, we're not playing Prosperity in this build. It's already packed chock full to the top. We're at 43 cards, a little over 40, but you'll still be surprised to see how consistent it truly can be. So that's everything for the main board monsters with one exception. We got triple copies of the new Mr. New 2. Obviously, we're proxying it out right now, but I think this is an acceptable proxy. So we're going to main deck triple new as well in a build like this. You want to max it out because we are fully investing in playing Drytron as a more pure strategy with this build. Oh, and we've got one other name as well. Can't forget about the Yarsartron Alpha. Yeah, listen, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of this support in general, but you do play this as a mandatory one of because it can search your trap card in certain combo lines, or it searches you your field spell for the main combo line. So it is absolutely mandatory that you play one of the Yarsartron Alpha. All right, let's continue rocking on with the monsters. We still play a fairy package. We got 2 copies of Diviner as well as triple of the homegirl Ben 10. Of course, now she's mostly just fodder, bro. But for when we're going second, when we know we're going to need her, we keep the Queen Natasha on lock, on ready, just in case. We don't have to play with new. You don't have to summon it. You can always opt to kill your opponent with a Natasha line. So of course, I'm still choosing to play it in the main deck. And then for our other ritual monsters, we got 1 Draconids. And of course, this is proxy because it doesn't exist yet. But 1 Big Daddy Dad. That's right. Yeah, just give that a read real quick. That's right. Dad's in here cooking as well. So once he comes out, he's only going to need to be a one of. You're not going to need to play more than 1. Again, shout out Ben because he's the one who kind of put me on to like, no. You don't need any more than 1. Even when you're summoning him, you're using your whole Moy Beta, the materials underneath it. I always thought that was too much of an investment, but you're doing it before you play into Nibiru, which is putting up your safety net. And frankly, when you open up the extender and you're able to search the trap card as well, you're going to be able to resolve this up to 4 times in your opponent's turn. That's right, 4 times. So it's really, really strong. That's everything for the monster lineup. Let's move on into the spells. We got triple copies of Nova, of course. This is 1 card combo. I kid you not. This is 1 card combo. Drytron now has 1 card combos. I didn't show you them in this video. I really wanted to show you guys the spice, but there's plenty of other videos out there that will show you some of the 1 card combos you can do with Nova. In a build like this, it's going to give you, I think you can probably stretch it out to, it's not just going to be big guy pass. It might be big guy plus IP pass, or it might just be big guy, but it doesn't even matter because this is something that Drytron has never had until today. 1 card combos. It really is a big deal that Nova facilitates that now. And to go along with it, another 1 card combo, because it is basically just Nova, we're playing 2 copies of Fafnir, 1 Terraforming. You can also play triple Terraforming, or excuse me, triple copies of Fafnir, be the same exact thing. Or you could even jack it up even further and play the 3rd copy of Fafnir, which is basically your 4th. But I'm only doing these ones right now. And then finally, we got the 1 copy of Medionis for the Drytron spells. No need for any more than 1. You can actually get it back from Banish now too with the new trap. All right, more spells. Triple copies of Emergency, follow that up with 1 copy of Foolish Burial, triple copies of Droplets for going second. This is our main board breaking facilitator. Now guys, we don't know what the format's going to look like when this support eventually comes out, but I can always say for certain that Droplets is one of those most insane going second cards that you can play in Drytron. We all know why. We don't care about the cost. So we want to break boards, we want to win going second, we want to play a card like Droplets, okay? Now we've got some more 1-ofs here. We got 1 for 1 because you can actually summon new. It doesn't have the same restriction as some of your other Drytron monsters, so it is worth it to play the 1 for 1. Also got your call by, and I'm playing a full brigade of the hand trap hate cards. So we got 1 call by, 1 instant fusion for Millenniumize Restrict, and then 3 copies of the triple tactics talents for the main board as well, because we really want to punish those hand traps and play through them as much as possible. And now it's easier to do so than ever because we have additional names to extend out of most situations, with the exception of that one being the pesky Droll and Lockbird. Last spell card we play is the Secret Village for the combo, obviously, and then we play 1 copy of the trap card. That's right. I've got a complaint and a summons, and it's to get this new support in my hands as soon as possible. Or that's really just from my parking ticket. Anyway, guys, moving on to the extra deck, we got triple copies of Moy Beta in this build. We're actually maxing out on Moy Beta for the first time in forever, which means I get to play both my misprint and I get to play my favorite copy of Moy Beta ever, this extended art by my friend YuGiOh. Absolutely insane. So we're playing all 3 copies of Moy Beta maxed out because you're going to run through it a lot faster with the new support, and you're going to end on it as an end board piece more often than you would have in older builds. We also got 1 copy of Fuko in case we get drolled or need to sit on something to guarantee we live, and Big Daddy Zeus is making his appearance to clear out those nasty boards. That's it for the X-Seeds. Moving on to the Link monsters, and now listen, I am going to flag some things. Obviously, I said it in the combo. We got the 1 Link Haribo. You play this one mandatory. Of course, you need 1 Link 1. You can also play Anima, and I'm playing the 1 Akashic Magician, but obviously you want to play Lina. Lina's a little bit better because if it's destroyed, it gives you that guaranteed follow-up. This is indeed a spellcaster that you can end on for the combo, so if you don't have a Lina like me, you can use this as well. It gets the job done. Play 1 Dynamundo because you can tag into it with your IP Masquerena on your opponent's turn and always bring back your big guy. And we got IP's expensive cousin, the Mighty Little Knight, and our Boral Sword for closing out games. That's it for the links. Finally, we've got 1 Ancient Fairy Dragon for the combo, 1 Millenniumized Restrict for our instant fusion, and then finally our 2 Diviner targets, 1 for pop and 1 for search, and that's going to wrap up our extra deck. Let's finish things up with the side, and this is the most important time where I have to say, we don't know what the format is going to look like when the new support comes out. I think that's pretty obvious, everybody, but we're going to have to change that side deck when the time comes. But if I was going to play this deck, thinking about what could also be around, thinking about Bell, thinking if fire is going to be hit a little bit, might still exist, thinking maybe some shifter decks could still be around, maybe we'll play something that looks a little bit like this. So, starting things off, we've got triple copies of Lava Golem for breaking boards going second. I think it makes a lot of sense to play, and you can easily play within the Drytron archetype without using your normal summon if you have to avoid summoning the Diviner. Also got triple copies of Bell, because I'm thinking that people are going to start respecting this deck again, which means Bestials might come back in, which means we need Bell to counter them. It's also a really good counter against the Labyrinth matchup. We got the 1 copy of Lancia, searchable against Kashtira and Floowandereeze, in case those decks are still legit. And then 1 Vanity's Ruler for when we know we're going first. We can bring in an extendable win condition, and you do have 2 to 3 card combos that you can still put up the Big Chungus as well as Vanity's Ruler if it is very pivotal for the matchup. So that's if the monster's in the side. We got some spells too, because we got to respect back row. We got triple copies of the Cosmic Cyclone, especially if anti-spell is still going to exist. 1 copy of the Harpy's Feather Duster, again Labyrinth. 2 copies of the Triple Tactics Thrust, and then finally 1 Harpy's Feather Storm as our backup plan for Droll going first. You know what these do together. You bring them in, you make Fuko. Making Fuko pass is easier than ever now that we've got an additional body that can help us do it. So that is everything, guys, for the build, and that is everything for the post-support list. So please let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this video, if you're hyped to play with a brand new Drytron support. I can tell you for a fact that I am so excited to be summoning Alpha, pitching Zeta once again in the year of our Lord 2024 with some fresh new cards. I think we're going to be cooking people, bro. I really think we are. I think we're going to be another meta contender, baby. What do you think? Let me know. LoganJYA signing off for a great day. I'll see all you beautiful people later. Peace.